Hey there everybody, this is NDM here, welcoming you to a brand new Let's Play. For those that you already probably know, this is going to be a Let's Play of Metroid Prime, yay! A game that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now. I've actually been really anticipating to do this. Well, from when I get this uploaded about a couple of weeks ago, I said at the end of my Dragon Warrior LP that I was going to do Metroid Prime and Final Fantasy VII, but Final Fantasy VII I've decided I probably won't be doing that, so the third LP, which is going to be going alongside Metroid Prime and Wind Waker. Oh shoot, spoilers! No, we're not looking at that stuff. Okay, so we'll skip that out. So what I was going to say was that, at the end of Dragon Warrior I said that I was going to do Final Fantasy VII and Metroid Prime, so I've decided to do Metroid Prime, which is still going to go through obviously because I'm recording it right now for you guys, but Final Fantasy VII I've kind of decided not against that. I've decided against it because it's been too soon since I last beat it. Like, I beat it about a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's just too soon for me to start playing that again because it took me so long to beat it. It took over 100 hours, so and that was like me playing through it for the first time, so yeah. So I do want to do an RPG game to keep things like balanced. I want to do a turn-based RPG game, a first-person shooter, which is Metroid, and then obviously Wind Waker will still be getting out alongside these videos too. Anyway, that's enough explaining, or ass-splaining, so we'll get started on the game. Hang on a second, just wait 1 minute. Yeah, sorry about that guys, I just had to put the timer on. I had to start the timer because I'm recording this off of AMCAP, so I have to keep an eye on the time here to make sure that it doesn't close or anything. So we'll go ahead and erase a file here. We might as well erase this one because it's only 97%, so we'll erase this. And we'll start a file on file 2. Right, I'm not going to do it on hard mode, I'm just going to do it on normal mode. I'm not an elitist, as you might say, but yeah, I think in the future I'll probably come back and do it on hard mode, but for now we're just going to do it on normal mode. Unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4. So yeah, as you can tell that the gameplay here is a lot more different than Super Metroid. We're not playing in a 2D side-scrolling 3D, you know, action-based adventure here. Cough cough. Metroid Other M. Yeah, Other M kind of had the same gameplay as Super Metroid. Well, it was basically kind of like a sequel to Super Metroid. So yeah, this game is really ahead of its time. Actually, there's a lot of things in this game that's really good, like the graphics and the visuals and the music. Just in general, it's a lot better than most modern games that came out recently within the past 10 years. You know, and this game is what, nearly 20 years old now, I think, and it still holds up even today. It's crazy. Just the visuals and everything is really good, especially for Gamecube. I mean, we go from the N64 graphics to these graphics. It's crazy. Anyway, we will be progressing on here. This is the first area, obviously, of the game, so there's not going to be much to do. There's not going to be much action going on. There's not a lot of enemies on here actually to kill, so I don't think I'm going to be going for 100% scans, but I'm going to try and scan everything that I can, like, you know, enemies and stuff like that, you know, really important scans. Like bosses and things like that, but hang on a second. Alright, okay, I was wondering what was going on there, because you actually have to scan that to open the door. Anywho, yeah, you have to shoot the doors to open them, so. And there's a gigantic freaking alien in here. What the heck has happened to this room? There's a whole load of destruction going on around here, and a dead space pirate. Let us mourn our fellow opponent here, who has died tragically with a scythe-like appendage embedded into his spinal cord. He definitely had a very painful death, so let us mourn our friend on this day. Let's scan him actually and see what it says. It might say something interesting. Morphology space pirate. Status death caused by a severing of the spinal cord. Well, yeah, we can see that. I mean, look at this thing. It's freaking stuck right in there, isn't it? There's no way you're gonna get that thing out. I mean, why would you anyway? Just leave him to die. Oh, right, well, we got these little guys. Let's scan these. Wait, don't go off. Don't run away from me. Oh, damn it. Dude. I was gonna scan him. That was actually a enemy or monster that you can scan, and it will go to your logbook, which is basically like your encyclopedia slash, I don't know, bestiary. It's got like all the monsters in there that you can scan and all the items that you can scan. This actually isn't a scan. It doesn't count towards your totals. This is a space pirate. Obviously he is in critical condition. Well, he's dead now, so we put him out of his misery. Okay, so let's scan this. This is actually really gross. If you scan this, you'll get some really disgusting details. Tail section possesses a mouth-like orifice, most likely used for birthing offspring. So basically, well, I mean, use your imagination with those words. I mean, this is obviously an alien space vagina or something, I don't know. So let's go through this door here, and yeah, we can use our charge beam to break down the rubble. Okay, that's also a dead space pirate, who obviously got crushed by the debris. Oh, hello, there's the little guys that we tried scanning, but they managed to get away from us. And they managed to get away from us this time because the cutscene took place, so we weren't able to scan those. So yeah, you can use your morph ball in this game too. Is there any... I don't think there's actually any important scans in here besides the map station, so we'll just scan this. New research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Map station. Walk into map station holograms to download a map of the area you are in. Okay, that seems simple enough. Basically like getting the dungeon map in Zelda. The map, that's one of the cool things about this game. This is one of the coolest things about this game. Well, one of the cooler things about this game is that you get a 3D map. So, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can rotate it and look around, and it's just very detailed. I like the map system in this game. It's one of the more noteworthy things, because not a lot of games have in-game map designs like this. It's just really cool. Extremely innovative. In fact, I don't think there's any game that I've ever played that had a 3D map in them like that. Anyway, so... Well, apart from Breath of the Wild, I guess that game kind of had 3D maps, but I didn't really like the maps in Breath of the Wild, like the dungeon maps that you get, because they were very hard to really distinguish where you were on the map. It just wasn't very clear. They should have just stuck with the traditional 2D Zelda maps that they had on the previous games, like, you know, Skyward Sword and onwards. Right, I don't think there's any important scans in here either, so we can just bypass all this crap and roll through the crevice. So I'm not planning to record too much of this today because I really want to do some Wind Waker and get some of that done, because I'm etching towards the end of the game, so I want to get that finished. Oh, hello Mr. Space Pirate who's begging for his life. Alright, this one's actually fighting back and he's standing up, so obviously he had a bit of a fight left in him. So let's scan this, and this is actually life energy, and it replenishes 10 units of energy. Sweet. Yeah, you do get stronger enemy, well, stronger enemies, stronger energy increases or replenish stuff, yeah. Anyway, new creature entry has been... I like how they call it a creature as if it's like a living animal. It's a freaking auto turret. Uses missiles to break out a casing. So yeah, you can destroy these either with the charge shot, or you can use missiles if you want to. But usually I like to try and conserve my missiles for much more important things. You get turrets later on in the game that require like friggin' 2 charge shots to destroy them. And some of them are just easier to destroy with a super missile, I find. Okay, so I don't think there's actually any more important scans in here. This is just a specimen that they're obviously using their cruel experiments on. So I'll take the elevator and go up to the 2nd floor here. Man, this place is full of dying space pirates. You'd think that the Frigate Orpheon, being the space pirates' main outer space vessel, they wouldn't be in such distress. So obviously something's happened here to cause them to be in such agony. Wait, can you scan these? Do these go to your logbook? No, no they don't. This is just like a sneak preview room of the enemies that you'll be encountering on the main planet of the game, where the main game takes place. So, war wasps, yeah, we'll be getting into more of that as we traverse through Talon Overworld and stuff like that. So I'm not going to really scan those because that's kind of spoilery too. But war wasps are a giant pain in the ass, that's all you need to know about those. Because they have hives everywhere and they always mess you up. They're like wasps in real life, more or less. Just a huge giant distraction. But I have the biggest wasp phobia ever. I have such a huge wasp phobia. If I'm sat near a wasp, I start shaking like crazy. And I start having like panic attacks and start screaming. I don't know why, I just think it's because I probably had really bad experiences with wasps, because I kind of have. And ever since then I've just had phobias of them. I guess it's like, you know, with spiders too. If you ever have a bad experience with spiders, then you're obviously more prone to being arachnophobic. I'm sorry if the clickety-clacketing of the controller picks up in the audio here. It's just the L and R triggers on the Gamecube controller do make quite a lot of racket when you press them. There's not really much that I can do about that, unfortunately. Because you have to use the L and R trigger. Well, you have to use the L trigger to freaking aim, and then the R triggers to move around, like move the cursor around and stuff. So we want to scan this, and there's a save station here. which I think is a good place to end off the video actually, because the next room is a boss battle that will be taking place. Space pirate. Yeah, this room is full of dead space pirates. We might do a bit more scanning at the start of the video before we take on the boss and read some of those, because some of them are actually quite interesting. A new research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Save station. Step into these stations to save your game and fully restore your energy. I think I will take that, and we will end off the video here and continue on next time. So in the next episode, let's play Metroid Prime for the Gamecube. We shall be taking on the first boss of the game in the Frigate Orpheon. So until then, this is NDM saying thanks for watching, take a body, see you in the next video, and goodbye.